spent my first 15 years trying to get out of the woods because I thought it was horrible. And I spent the next 20 years trying to get back. The truth of the matter is we need to be well-rounded individuals like our forefathers were.
Don't chicken that out now. What's up there, all you lovely people out there in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube land? It's T with Mountain Readiness. It's been a while since we've been on here. Who we got in the house here? We got Christy Renee, the lovely Christy. We got Sandra Davis. Let's see here, Bert Spring. Got some new people in here. Welcome to Monday Night Live here at Mountain Readiness in the beautiful Appalachian Mountain Range. We're supposed to have the Angery American on here, but he is having some technical difficulties, so he's trying to get his stuff rebooted and jump back in here in the near future, here hopefully within the next couple minutes. But we'll get started. Andrew Degenhart. Andrew, what's up, dude? We are warm. We're much warmer than we were the other weekend out there at Alan Kay's survival class. And the awesome Guy. What's going on, Guy? Welcome back. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Mr. Seth Triplett. Seth, I'm pretty jealous of you. Every time I see you on Instagram, you're smoking a big, nice cigar and shooting pew-pews and doing all kinds of cool stuff. Slightly envious. So off to my other side, left, right, whatever it may be, is the Triple G, the go-to gear guy, our resident gear guy, Mr. Brian Loftus of Survival Gear BSO. What's going on, bro?
Not much, Mr. Toombs. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm refreshed. Of course, warm. Last weekend was that was an amazing weekend. We can start off with talking by that. What did you think of the Alan Kay class? I thought it was just brutal and beautiful all at the same time.
It sure was. He threw everybody for a loop right from the start. Said no cell phones, no cigarettes, no vapes, whatever your vice may be, and he just got down and dirty. No tools, no saws, no hatchets, no knives. Go to work. It was tough. It was definitely tough.
And he said, "Mr. Hand Drill Fire himself." That was towards you. Brian caught him a hand drill fire while we were out there. Not only was it a hand drill fire, but it was wet. It was cold and raining, and still caught the hand drill fire.
I'll tell you what,
that's pretty awesome.
We had to, maneuver some things around. There's thumb holes, with the thumb holds rather, with the paracord, put a little bit of pine pitch. And I have a story. It was 2 days ago maybe, and I was taking some things out of the back of my 4Runner, moving some things around. I got some stuff from my parents last night, made a run for them. And as I'm putting some of the stuff in the back of my 4Runner, I hear snap. I'm like, no! And that was the hand drill I had used. I was bringing that hand drill back home. I was going to hang it up on the wall of fame or wall of shame, whatever you want to call it, right behind me. And that thing snapped right in half. I'm like, oh, God, I wanted to keep that thing, my first ever hand drill. But
first one.
There will be more to come. Hopefully there will be more to come.
There is definitely going to be more to come. And so for all y'all out there who haven't heard, Alan Kay will be with us in May. He's coming in May. He's going to be teaching. We're probably going to put together another class outside of the event. but you will be able to hang out with the man himself there uh, at Mountain Readiness May 2nd through the 4th. He's going to come out and do the things. And his lovely, lovely wife, Rachel, is going to be out there as well. She'll actually be showing how to, she makes copper jewelry and stuff. She's going to be bringing that and setting up.
Oh,
So I thought that was pretty awesome. Um, let's see here. Christy even we got a question right out of the gate. What we got? How much water would you carry in Florida to walk 6 miles with a pack? And
ooh.
considering the friend I'm asking for will be really slow. So I believe this is in reference to this coming weekend. You guys are doing the Florida Ruck with Mr. Pete Robertucci, the Eden Army Ruck, which I really wish I could make it. But go ahead, Brian. What do we got, man? How much water?
All right, so saying 6 miles. What are the temps down there in Florida right now? I got my cell phone in front of me. Let me see if I can look something up. What do we want to ballpark it? Where's Pete? Pete's Ocala. So what, Jacksonville area, right?
What are they running? 50s, 60s?
Now what it is, all right, so it's not brutal. Obviously that's all going to depend on your physical level. You know, how physically active you've been. So if you're going to do a 6 mile ruck, and we're talking about Florida, I wouldn't bring any less than probably 40 ounces. 40 ounces of water. Now, you also have to consider the weight of your ruck. How much is your ruck going to be? You know, Alan taught us, you know, it's for a bug out situation, like 28 to 30 pounds, somewhere in there. Now, if you're someone like, what was the fellow's name? It was in our class.
Talking about
Chad. Chad.
Oh, Chad.
Well, he was humping like a 90-pound rock. I mean, but
no, that was Matt. Matt had that humongous, like Matt was 90 pounds right at. He was the one, the dude that runs the Spartan races.
Yeah.
Had that. The backpack was almost as big as he was, and I will say he was smoking it, but you could tell it was a lot.
Yeah, that was a big pack. That was a lot of weight. So you got to consider how much weight you're humping. Definitely in Florida, even this time of the year, not so bad as far as temperature. So, and me personally, I wouldn't take any less than about 40 ounces. If you've got, I carry a 40-ounce canteen. If you have something like a Camelback, that's even better because it's got that straw you can bring right up out of your pack and just put it right next to your mouth. You can strap it to your clip, right underneath your clip, your chest clip for your ruck, so it's here the entire time. Of course, if you have something like that, a Camelback, you're looking at 2 to 3 liters for a Camelback, any of those sizes. So you just want to make sure you don't overfill that Camelback because this is more weight you're gonna have to carry.
Yes, more weight, and there's something to be said for, you know, you can go quite a while throughout a day, even if you're sweating without a huge amount of water. And like you said, that's more weight. More weight. The more water you're carrying, the more weight you're carrying, the more you're exhausting yourself there. And you know, in the fight business, I will tell you that there was a reason that they don't let you take a drink of water when you're in between rounds because you'll puke it up. When you're exerting yourself at a high rate, if you're really humping, um, you take a big old drink of water, you'll end up puking it out.
Oh
So,
yeah.
you know, that's something too. If it's going to be warm and looks like you guys are going to be in upper 70s, so close to 80, I just have something to sip on just a little bit. I'm with you there. A Camelback would be just about perfect for that.
And I wouldn't make it cold. You know, the water that you get, if you in those temperatures, make it room temperature water. If you're buying something from the store, buy it the night before, let it sit out at room temperature because you're going to have that shock value with the heat outside and then how cold your water is, and that can cause some distress in the GI tract.
Yes. And Andrew, he's like, bring a filter or metal canteen. It's good to have one, but my understanding is the swamp water in Florida is completely fine to drink straight out of the water, is what I was told.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a joke. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. And yes, little sips. Here's the big thing too, guys, is when you're going to do that ruck and you know you're going to be needing some water first thing in the morning, get you some Celtic sea salt and a half a glass of water. Slam that on down. Like every morning I get up and um I put about a quarter of a teaspoon of Celtic sea salt and throw it in my mouth and then swish it around for about 5 minutes and then drink a half a cup of water. That opens up all those cells and sucks all that water into the cells. So you're actually hydrating yourself, because a lot of times if you don't have that mineral, you're not hydrating yourself. It's going right in and coming right back out, whether it be sweat or usually in the form of sweat. So those minerals, you need to get those right in you right out of the gate first thing in the morning, and take you a little thing of salt with you. If you start feeling a little woozy, throw a little bit of that on your tongue and swish you some water around and drink that. That's going to help open the cells up, pull water in, and way more hydration, more bang for your bucks. You're not wasting water that way. So, what guys saying? Homestead Medical, Chuck, what's going on, brother? Glad you are with us.
And Chuck saying liquid IV. Chuck, yeah, I'm a big fan of liquid IV. I will put that in, especially in warmer conditions. If I'm rocking, if I know I'm going to be hoofing it for a while, I'll put some of that liquid IV inside my canteen. Sometimes I actually put it inside my my water bladder as well. That stuff can definitely get you going in the right direction for quite some time.
It can. I like it. That's a good one too. I'm cheap. I get the same thing out of that Celtic sea salt, 80 something trace minerals. I just throw some salt down the hatch and drink some water. Andrew, if you
I'm sorry, go ahead. Let's get Andrew's question here.
Yeah, good source for salt. Go to Mountain Readiness and scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see our affiliates. Survival Gear BSO is one of those affiliates, but Redmond Salt is another one. And I like Redmond because they are out of Utah. The business is like the people there. I actually had it was awesome to meet. I met the owner and some of the top tier guys of Redmond that came to Mountain Readiness last May. What an awesome group of people. And unlike sea salts that you're pulling from the ocean, there is heavy metals that they're finding in those. The Himalayan sea salt, because of the processing that they do with it, they've shown that there's metals in those, where Redmond does not have any of that. So that's being mined right out of there at Utah, the old salt flats, and you're getting pure Celtic sea salt without the heavy metals, without the issues of maybe Fukushima, whatever that's coming in from the ocean, some radiation or something. So I'm a big Redmond fan. You can get on there. We make a little couple bucks that doesn't affect you guys, and you can get some really good savings through them. And they've got some incredible deals, some incredible products. We run the electrolyte packets, the Relight. I love them. The Relight packets it's literally just salt, potassium, and a couple. It's like five ingredients. No sugar, no preservatives, no additives, no dyes, no nothing. Just 5 ingredients of the stuff that you need to keep hydrated. So there you have it. What were you saying there, man?
I think something I thought of here was for rucking. Now, I've done some studies on this in the past, and way back in the day, back in college when I was doing all the kinesiology and anatomy stuff. But baking soda is actually really good for your system as far as that lactic acid burn that we all feel. Once we're really humping it a while, your legs start burning, arms start burning. And if it's a ruck, your legs are going to start burning. So baking soda actually helps. Do baking soda with water. That can help break that up and kind of take that burn down. However, if you do too much baking soda, then you're going to get the vomiting. You're going to get that gut wrenching, things like that. So just a wee little bit. Might want to start a day or two beforehand, slowly putting maybe a teaspoon, a couple teaspoons into your water. But don't grab a whole box of baking soda and do one of these, because it's not going to work out well in the end. I can promise you that.
No, but I will tell you, I use baking soda every single day. Like, your body is the equivalent of a swimming pool. And so your gut, depending on what you're using in there, baking soda goes in and levels out that pH. You know, it's an amazing product. You know, sodium bicarbonate is like, well, if I'm not mistaken, the doping administration tried to ban baking soda from athletes. Did you know that, Brian?
I'd never heard that. No.
Check it out. So, because of the lactic acid, being able to cut down on that from the muscle burn and the fatigue and stuff like that, they actually come in, and it may still be banned, but there was a time, and anybody that wants to Google that, go ahead and do so and throw it up for us. But yeah, the doping administration, they said you cannot use sodium bicarbonate as a professional athlete because it gives you such an edge with cutting down on that lactic acid. Crazy stuff. I was reading this like a month or so ago.
No kidding.
And Christy says she'll be snorting that stuff. It's not really how you're supposed to use it, but I mean, I'm not trying it either. So maybe.
Christy's going to be all hopped up on her 6 Mile Rock, all hopped up on baking soda.
Just beating shoe leather, passing everybody like they're sitting on jacks. That is awesome.
Christy, you're always,
man. You guys are.
Christy's always great for a good comment. She really is.
she for sure. Yeah, baking soda. Let's see here. Yeah, baking soda, 1 teaspoon. Absolutely. Every day. I actually brush my teeth with it, and then I just slam whatever's left over of it and drink it down. That's how I start my day. And surprisingly enough, like, I don't get those muscle cramps and muscle burns and stuff like that, man. It is amazing what that stuff can do for you. So remember, guys, if you would slam that like button and subscribe and all that stuff. I know I always say that. If you're not a subscriber, please do. We need all the help we can get. And, it's one of those things that helps promote us, and so we can keep doing what we're doing. SHTF Hunter, Dr. Pepper keeps me going. I don't know, brother.
Dr. Pepper.
I knew a guy that drank Mountain Dew all day long on a roofing crew. Like, I would perish. I couldn't even make it through one day doing that, but he did it every single day. It's amazing. It's amazing what the human body can get used to.
You remember that rumor years ago with Mountain Dew? Was it Yellow 5 or something? They're saying it's bad for men. You know, it kills your swimmers. It kills the counts. Was that ever debunked?
I don't know if that's legit. They say it has been, but I will tell you, Red 40 and Yellow 5 are 2 of the worst dyes there is. It's been linked to all kinds of bad stuff. Of course, they say no, it's not. But when you look up the chemical, they are petroleum byproduct. Like, that's literally where those 2, Red 40 and Yellow 5, are byproducts, chemical byproducts of petroleum. And it's not good. So, and that would explain why testosterone and everything throughout now is, less and less. I'm told that we are basically 50% testosterone compared to our grandfathers. Like, it's a 50% drop from grandfather to grandson.
I had heard since I think it was the 60s. Since the 60s, I think we were down like almost 40% is what I heard. Yeah, that's insane. I had read something about it. I shouldn't even bring it up because I didn't prepare for this. Not that I would have expected to. But there is a chemical in pesticides. I cannot remember the name of the chemical, the pesticides that go onto farmlands and ultimately ends up in our food. And it has been known to actually decrease male testosterone levels in frogs. And it gets to a certain point where the frogs actually switch over from male to female. Of course, that takes a very long time. But yeah, they're spraying the stuff on our food.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Patrick 7, bro, like that's not the same Mountain Dew. I mean, I can appreciate that though. But the Mountain Dew that you're referring to has to do with a mason jar, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
spring water. Spring water.
Which there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
So, new subscriber, Mountainside Homestead with Ken and Amy. Ken and Amy, welcome to the show. I'm glad you guys could join us. Hope you guys are doing well. Jump in there with questions. Hopefully we got answers for you. And if not, share a little what you've got going on in your world. So thanks for being a part of what we're doing. Hey man, there we go. We got Nick Meacher in the house. Mr. Nick. I was drinking Monsters and Red Bull. Yeah, that'll get it going. I remember when I first started working for the Amish, I dipped, I chewed, I smoked, and I drank Mountain Dew. So I'd be driving down the road, go pick up the Amish guys in the van, and slamming a Mountain Dew with Kodiak, a dipped Kodiak, and then I chewed Levi Garrett.
Yeah, buddy.
And I smoked. So all this happened at the same time, driving down the road with a van full of Amish. It was sick. It was sick to say the least.
A little bit of stimulus there.
I will tell you that I was talking to somebody about health the other day, and I was like, when I was young, man, I did the King of the Ring, MMA fighting. I mean, just get in there, fight all night long. And I smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes plus a day, and would get in the ring and just fight all night long, almost every night of the week. Back when I competed, and I thought I knew something about health, but now that I've gotten older, I realized I was just young. Like I didn't know shit about health. It was just that my young body could handle the abuse. So,
not anymore.
Live and learn, though.
Not anymore.
Not no more. Not no
After
more.
After 40, not happening anymore.
So yeah, it was pretty rough. I don't even think. When's the last time you drank a Mountain Dew? I don't even think I could drink a Mountain Dew right now.
Oh, it's been years. It's been years since I've had Mountain Dew. Years. I stay away from anything carbonated. I don't like carbonated stuff in general. No. Like I'll drink an iced tea or something, but I don't like the carbonation. Not my thing.
I'm pretty sure I'd stroke right out if I drank a Mountain Dew at this point. Like I would die. If somebody didn't have some insulin on hand, I would die right then and there. So let's see here. Instant coffee. Man, what's going on, Mr. Apocalyptic Prepper? Yeah, talking about instant coffee, that instant coffee that Alan Kay had, man, that stuff had me wired up. Like, that stuff was stout. Or maybe it's because I was putting like 5 or 6 scoops in my drink. That could be it, too.
Oh, yeah, that could have been it. I had it one morning, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And I'm usually like 2 to 3 cups of coffee every day. 1 cup that one morning, I just couldn't handle it. Too much for me.
This is what we were drinking, Cafe Bustelo. Except for that, it was not a single serve package. It was like 5 tablespoons in a cup is what it ended up. So yeah, that had me lit up, shaking. My body shaking kept me warm though, so it worked out.
Yeah, but it burns calories.
Your body shakes. Is that Lex back there in the background? I see her head peeking in now and again.
Yeah, her head swinging in her here and there. She's battling our demon, Mr. Frodo, who's everybody knows the stories about Frodo, the demon pit bull here. He's getting his peaches snipped tomorrow. Finally.
Man. You know, I'm interested to see how much he slows down. Like, because that dog.
No, it's not happening.
We can only pray. Now, of course, we didn't bring him to, when Lex came up she was working remotely, so she came up for the class last weekend. And she brought, her little Papillon mouse. What's mouse? About 18 pounds. She's this little Frenchie, and she rolls around with this tactical vest on, and she's got the patch. She's got the Mountain Readiness patch. She's got the Survival Gear BSO patch. She's got the, around and find out patch. This tiny little Frenchie just running around and greeting everyone.
She was having a blast.
She was having a blast. Yeah, she was ripping apart everybody's Tinder. Yeah, she was loving it. So thank you for tolerating her. She can be a lot sometimes. She was anytime somebody's doing a boat drop, right over the face.
And Lex too. She caught her bow drill fire. We had a bunch of people get fired there at this thing, man.
Yeah,
and everyone did great. Like Andrew, you were there, bro. You were there like multiple times.
Yeah,
it was just the Ember Gods just wasn't hearing it that time. But next time, I know you're going to catch it. I know you're going to catch it for sure. Matthew King, the coffee was good. That's because you're a man among men, bro. You work in the transportation industry. Like you can main vein that stuff and still be alive. I know. I did that job too. So
Matt got himself an Ember.
He did. He got his fire. Yeah, he got his fire. Andrew, it was we had that big bottle of that stuff, man, like the big jar. Like I don't know what it's huge. It was huge. I was just turning it over and just dumping it in the cup. That was my first round with Cafe Bustelo. And so yeah, I didn't know you weren't supposed to just pour it in.
Oh,
so let's see here. She said, got teary-eyed watching Matt King. Man, y'all, we got a couple videos out, and if you watch Matt, like he worked for that coal. Like he
did.
He was a machine going to town on that bow drill. And then finally, boom, there it was. And he had just stopped. Like he got all cramped up and was hurting. And then there it was, like out of nowhere, just this big old ember just fell out. It was awesome. It was like some the sun just shone down upon him. It was cool. Check out those videos though. We had Jax helped me put some video together on that, and it was awesome to see, to say the least. Loved it. And Nick, yes, we need to do that. So do a comms Q&A before May. Yes, we need to do that. I need to get scheduled to get you on here so we can talk comms. And I need to study for that test. Are you going to take that test this May? What about you, Brian?
I had planned on taking the comms test.
Yeah, like you can take it for free at Mountain Readiness.
Now, is this to get your tech license?
Yeah. Yep.
We got ours actually almost a year ago. Yeah, we got our tech license. Yeah, we got it. What's his name? Jason. I can't remember Jason's last name. He's in Kentucky. He runs the Kentucky Sustainability Living and Homesteading, something like that event.
Yeah. Jason Sparks.
Yeah, I know it was with an S. He's a really great dude. They had a class there, so it was the day before it started, and we took like an 8-hour class, and it was great. We got our tech license. We haven't done a damn thing with it yet, but we got the license.
Man, I feel I'm just not worthy anymore. Like everybody's got their license. Even Mel's got her license. Mel got her license. I ain't got my license. It's sad.
Dude, you got to do it. You have to.
I need to do it. I need to do it. And then, yeah, man, we ain't going to talk about that, but there was that. We're just going to leave that. We're going to leave that one right there.
Yeah, I saw that, and I want to open my mouth like, nope, don't do it.
At the same time, like, survival sucks. Like, that's the best way we can be. I can put this. Like, growing up, trying to survive, it sucked. It was horrible. It was never ending. It's relentless. It's like keep cutting the firewood, splitting the firewood, gathering the water, pack more water, more firewood. It's just this never ending process. And so being at that class, like getting out of your comfort zone, when Alan took everything away. He's like, no cell phones, no cigarettes, no vape, no nothing, no
Yep.
dip. You've seen everybody's eyes go from, yeah, it's Alan Kay to, oh man, I hate this Alan Kay guy. This guy sucks. And stripping away those layers. I mean, it was cool. And of course, at the end of the day, everybody got their stuff back and everybody was happy. But seeing the effect that has on each of us, no matter what that creature comfort is, whether it be fire, whether it be nicotine. I mean, there's all these creature comforts, but you strip those away. And Alan put it the best way, man. He said, this is when you get to deal with yourself, to see yourself. And I think a lot of people saw that at that class. I thought it was amazing. Seeing how everybody just kind of, even that building that shelter, man, that shelter, no tools.
That's exactly what I was going to say. No tools. I tell you what, I built plenty of primitive shelters in the past, but I had tools. I had a hatchet, I had a folding saw, I had a knife, and we had none of that. So that just makes it that much more difficult. I mean, when you can't make that perfect shelter with, without the tools, something that's going to be, something's going to be waterproof should it rain. That's tough. I mean, that's really tough without tools. Really tough.
Absolutely. And Matt, you did all that, dude. That was you, bro. You just killed it, and you stayed diligent with it, and then boom, you made it happen. I am in the talk with Alan to do a lot more stuff too. There's a lot of stuff that we're not going to mention right yet, but as time goes on through the year, we're gonna be doing a lot more with Alan, and we're trying to set up more classes. I'll tell you guys, if you haven't had the chance to meet Alan and sit down and do a class with Alan, like I've never met an instructor that has the capability to take something and I don't want to say dumb down because it wasn't that, but to break it down into very small pieces that you can digest. That's the best way to put it. Digestible pieces of information is what Alan gives you. You definitely need to take a class with Alan. Phenomenal instructor, and he's got 30 something plus years of knowledge of putting that stuff together, down to the pack. We were going through his pack, and I was
2 different packs.
I was happy and I was sad all at the same time seeing Alan's pack. Is it just me? But I was looking through his pack and I was like, man, I bought a lot of crap that I don't need.
Yep. I mean, he's a bare bones dude. He's a bare bones dude. And I took pictures of almost all of his gear because, again, that's what I do. I'm a gear guy. In particular, that of course, because of the rain we were all dealing with 1 or 2 ponchos, and he had that old German military poncho. Now in 6'6". He's a big, tall dude. Frodo, your head is going to come right off if you keep bumping this desk. That damn dog. But he can make a bivvy bag that's 7 foot long out of that old German poncho. So I have been honing in and trying to find where I can get access to those ponchos because he has some really great gear. I mean, really great gear.
Yeah, those German ponchos, man. I still haven't ordered mine, but I'm getting 2 of those. Those were guys. These German ponchos, you can use it for. You can carry a person in it, for emergencies. These things you can strap them on to 2 poles and use them for a gurney. It's just insane.
I think it's Coleman's military surplus. I think is it. Let me. When I look it up on my phone here, I think that's it. I'll put the web address up in the comments for anybody's looking for it.
Yep. Yeah. And Matt, I know I seen your face. I seen your face when Alan took everybody's stuff. Everybody's like, wah, wah, wah. That was it. So exactly, Andrew. That's what I was at. When I was in that little spider hut, I was like, did I really pay for this class right now? Did I actually pay money for this? But it was awesome because the premise behind that, guys, is, here's how you build a shelter, worst case scenario. And then the next day is all about, here's why you never, never, ever want to be in that situation. And here's how you stay out of that situation. So it was really cool.
Right.
He gives you the problem and then he gives you the solution. So, awesome deal. Man, we got Mr. Robert Tucci in the house. I mean, better late than never. Better late than never, Pete. That's all right, dude. I hear you're gonna ruck everybody half to death this coming weekend as well. I just saw somebody threw it up here. They said something about some bum rucking people for 2 miles. I didn't want to be the leader of that ruck. I'm just gonna tell you, I got kind of screwed on that gig. That was actually Alan's fault because he was like, "Hey T, you're going to lead everybody in the ruck and you get up front and just like ruck everybody as hard as you possibly can." I'm like, "You seriously put this on me? Like, I have problems breathing walking from the truck to the campsite." But yeah, that was, that was brutal. That was brutal trying to. So yeah, let's see. Coleman's, yeah, there we go. Coleman surplus.
I
Looks like you
tried to
got
put
him
that
one
link up
coming.
there. I guess it's got to be something with StreamYard, our hosting platform here. It must automatically shut down. Must be like an anti-spam thing. It automatically shuts down links. So I tried to post it. It said the comment failed to post. It must be because
Russ probably can do it. I bet you.
I'll tell you what. I'll put it in the private chat for Russ. If he can make it happen, make it happen. If not, hey, we'll get to it next time.
So let's see here. Savage Hunter. What's going on, man? Really depends on one's MOS. Whether or not they know anything about preparedness, also a matter of when they served. That's true too. Yeah, that's true too. And of course, Mountain Readiness Expo. We just threw that up on the screen as well. Here's one from Will. Brian, do you have a medium-sized rucksack with a frame that is not too expensive? The ones I have are either too big or too small.
I'm actually typing that right now as we're talking. So I don't carry it. Carry some pretty basic packs, nothing with frames. I would recommend, because I have one of my own. I have a medium-sized Alice pack, and I just got it from like an Army Navy store. They're quite inexpensive. I can't remember what I paid for it. $40 maybe, if that. And if you're not familiar with Alice, we actually do sell a book on our website that teaches you all about the Alice packs and the frames. I mean, Alice has been used in the military for God knows how many years.
Oh yeah.
The medium frame pack, you can fit a lot of gear in that medium frame pack. That's what I'd recommend, Will. Going with the Alice medium.
Awesome. And I really liked what was the name of that pack that Alan had? It was like discreet, but I mean he jammed that full of.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of that thing.
I'm looking at pictures of it right now.
I took a picture of the actual the inside the label. And I'm gonna tell you guys, it's name brand, and I know they're not considered a cheap pack, but that thing, dude, he had so much stuff crammed in there. Necessities. He had all the necessities in there. It was a
you talking about the Hyperlight?
No, the Verts, VERTX.
Verts, okay, because that was a smaller pack.
That was a smaller blue one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Verts.
That he had all this level 7 cold weather gear and all that kind of stuff. That was a pretty cool setup. It was, like he said, I can, be rucking through Nepal, or I can walk into Starbucks and, people think I'm just, it's my daily carry of stuff. So,
what I loved with the way Alan thought with that is, he said, look at my profile. He said, look at me head on. With that particular pack, the pack wasn't above his head and it wasn't any wider than his body. And he said, I don't look like, if you see someone and they've got this big pack on and it's up here, and they've got a bedroll down here or up here, closed cell sleeping pad on the side, like Alan said, you can profile that person immediately. Know you're a camper, you're a backpacker, you're carrying probably some pretty good gear, some some expensive gear, most likely, and some gear that's going to get me, someone who doesn't have gear, if you're like a marauder, if you're taking into account marauders, people are
Yes.
just going to take your equipment instead of them getting their own. They're just like, hey, we're going to take your shit. You got to be
So it
careful of
looks
those
like
guys.
no. I mean, he had it nailed down, like the way he's set up, like streamlined. That's the best way I can put what Alan's got going on. It is streamlined. Um, Patrick is into the booze, it appears. I do 8 Me once a week. I do 8 Me. Just kidding. 8 Me, 8 miles. He finally got it out. I do
There we
eight
go.
miles a week. Need to lay off the sauce, bro. He's into it deep. Now that's impressive. Like 8 miles to do a week. That's a good. Now, Patrick, are you doing that at one shot, or are you just through the week? You're doing 8 miles. That's what I want to know. So, and Pete, of course, doing 6 miles. Pete, are you doing? Wait a second, my phone had a stroke. Leave me alone. So, Pete, are you guys doing this all in one? That's one day, right? Or are you doing this over the course of 2 days? Is what I want to know. Let's see what else we got here. We need the I Made Fire shirt. Yes, there you go, Matt King. Like hook that
I
up.
like
We
that.
need the I Made Fire shirt. That would be awesome. I would buy that. I think that would be a killer shirt. Do like the whole Tom Hanks thing with the volleyball or something. Get
That's
creative.
exactly when I saw that comment. That's exactly what I was thinking. You just kind of get one of those silhouette outlines because after he made fire, remember he had that huge fire
Yeah.
going in the movie. That's when he went like, "I made fire." Just get the silhouette of Tom Hanks in the background and just have "I made fire" on it. That'd be great.
Yes. Now, we need let's run the Dalton um Russ, because I think there's only like 5 of the original batch left, guys. Like that's it. Here we go. The Dalton Wicked Zombie Apocalypse Multi-Purpose um chopper, and I've had my hands on this. I actually have one. Uh, what a piece of equipment, man! You can do all kinds of awesome stuff with this, and of course, the box has the topo of Umatilla and all the stuff that was in the books. Of course, we've got the topo hand grips that we put on there. This is quarter-inch 80 CRV2 steel. It's been tumbled. Um, Kydex leather print sheath. I mean, this thing's tricked out all the way around. Uh, Gives
Also
you
got a
one.
speaking of primitive fire, also is a bow drill divot in the handle.
Yes.
Because I'm
Bow
looking
drill
at right
divot in the
now.
handle.
That's very,
And
very
of
helpful.
course,
Vaccine knows.
yep, back there at the choil, and the guard is of course hollow ground, so that curvature for a draw knife. And do we have the link for people to click on, Russ, that watch that video that Donnie Dunn and Chris put together as well? Because that was a great video showing what that blade could do. If you haven't watched it, jump on there, check it out. That thing's got all kinds of awesome uses for the field. Um, Definitely cool. And SHTF, I dug a brand new Alice pack from out of the dumpster in Kuwait. Yeah, man. Too bad you didn't dig out two. Should hook a brother up. Definitely like one of those. They don't make them like that anymore. So let's see here. Looking for a bigger black bag. What we got, Andrew? I'm looking for the bigger black bag, Vertex, as his blue smaller bag. So are you looking at it and the Verts like a bigger one than the blue bag, Alan? Is that what you're saying? Let's see what else we got going on over here in the world. There we go. There we go. Jump on there and check out the Dalton. I think it's like 12, 15 minutes. 12, 15 minutes, I think. Um, yeah, there we go. Wait a second. Click the wrong one. Let's see, blue Vertex bag, Alan could pass for non-traditional college student. You know, probably not. That guy's a little too intense. And just like myself, he's got a, if he is, he's been in college for a long time. But it was great. Like, there's no doubt he could blend into a crowd other than being 6'6". Like
Yeah, it's a little
his,
tough. Too.
yeah.
A little tough.
But no, he's got it down pat, man. Um, stripped down and just bare necessities. I thought it was awesome. So you guys make sure to check out Alan in May. He's going to be doing some classes there. And then we're going to do like an intensive somewhere before or after. We haven't figured out which side. Delve into some other stuff. We're even talking about maybe like a seer type class with Alan.
Oh, that's my
That
favorite.
he's intense. You know, it's going to be crazy. If it's going to be something with Alan, it's going to be awesome. So, yes, camping for 3 days and hiking 6 out. Is somebody going to pick you up? Or you guys going to hike that 6 back? That's yeah. Yeah, I think you need to hike the 6 back as well, Pete. 6 out, 6 back.
Hell yeah.
That's how it needs to be. Oh yeah, 6 out, 6 back. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, good job. Good job. I hiked the most I've hiked out in a day, man, I gotta say was like it was about 9.5 miles out, which 9.5 back. And I was freaking exhausted. Like 20 mile humping 18 to 20 miles humping a day, that's to me, that's intense to be able to do that, especially to do it daily. I believe Jax was doing almost 20 miles a day when she was over there on the Klungman's Trail or something. If I'm not mistaken, I think she was doing 18 to 20 miles a day.
When she was overseas, now she's done some pretty serious rucks. I mean, she rucked across Scotland in like the middle of one of the worst storms they've had in like 100 and some years. Like across all of Scotland. Yeah. Now she did some pretty serious stuff over there in the UK.
Absolutely. No, she definitely is good at what she does. And that was what was cool. We had you, Jax, and Alan all at the same class. We just had, man, that was just an awesome weekend. And the campfire. You know, guys, I'll tell you what, being able to just sit there around a campfire with Alan and Brian and Jax and all the students was just phenomenal. I mean, just that alone was awesome to be able to do for me. It was just super enjoyable. Everybody had a great time laughing and talking and cutting up and telling stories. I mean, it was just, there's nothing better than a campfire after a long day, man.
The education you can get around a campfire is unmatched. It really is. You know,
and usually it goes straight to the gutter, which a lot of times
it does. It does. It usually goes to everybody making fun of everybody else. But hey, if there's any younger people on here watching tonight or listening, don't let school get in the way of your education. Okay, don't let school get in the way of your education. Campfire.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets. People have lost touch with that type of interaction, and that's why. Why do you go to like events like Mountain Readiness and going to hang out with the Eden Army and doing their ruck and stuff like that? Man, it's just that interaction with people of like mind, being able to share. You know, there was all that learning, passing around the campfire there in the mornings as well, trying to warm up and unthaw.
Oh yeah, yep. Well, that first night
here.
First night was what, 30 degrees, I think, and that was no sleeping bags, no tents, no sleeping bags, nothing like that. So,
yeah, 30 degrees just in your hut, and I didn't put enough leaves on my hut. I'll tell you that right now. Needed a lot more leaves. That is. SHTF Hunter, yeah, man. I had about 35 pounds on my ruck, and I needed to shave about 10, in my opinion. Like, that extra 10 makes the whole difference. And I still have yet to know how Matt, because Matt, I mean, that dude is a fitness guru. Like, he's 52. I'm going to tell his age. My buddy Matt is 52. He is about 170 pounds, and he was packing a 90-pound pack. It was literally 90 pounds. It stood up above his head about 2.5 feet. I mean, it was nuts. And he was
Yeah.
up there in front of me. It was shameful. It was shameful for me. Uh, so yeah.
That's a lot of the
Um,
way those smaller guys are. A lot of times they're small, compact guys. I mean, you see a lot of these SF guys. Look at Joe. Look at Ted-Eye. He's
oh
not a
man.
big dude. He's a small dude, but he's been through some of the baddest selection there has ever been. The guy, he's a machine. The same thing with
He's a
Matt.
tank. He is a
Yeah.
tank. There is no doubt. And yeah, Shane's insulated grill. That was a great idea. We threw a video out of that. Um, guys, check that out too. He had a great way of insulating his grill because, of course, um, it freezes up when it gets cold like that. And he put that bubble wrap on there and stuck it in the refrigerator for 7 hours, could still drink out of it. That was freaking phenomenal. Um, yes, definitely. And that was another thing, like that stuff that you just learn from just interacting with other people. I mean, everybody was just sharing, here's what I got, here's what I got. It was phenomenal. And Andrew, yes, Matt is 52. That dude tries to get me to work out with him all the time, and it's sad because I'm 47 and he just runs circles around me. That guy wins Spartan races and Tough Mudders, and his wife Ellen is a professional bodybuilder. Like that, they're made of health and fitness. I can't keep up with that dude. That dude
God,
is a beast. So, and so is Alan Kay with his 6'6" long stride. That dude, I can't ruck with that dude. He's just too much. Um,
agreed.
it's Man, we've already blew through 51 minutes. What's your New Year's resolution, man? What are you doing 2025? What's the goals? What's some of your goals you've got going on, Brian?
My goal is to stop working as much. That's my goal.
Man,
All
that's
I've
a
been
great.
doing. Well, T, you're privy to. I've had a particular client or collection of clients. It's been going on for about 10 months now, and God willing, this is going to finish up here in the next week or two. But yeah, I've been pouring a lot of time into that. A lot of time. I want to get myself, back to, as you were saying. Listen, I'm never going to be at Matt's level, even though the guy's like almost 10 years older than I am. I'm never going to be at his level. Right?
Wow.
I'm not somebody who can rock 20 miles and go win Tough Mudders and all that stuff. No, I just want to look like I can. I want to go back to looking like I can. That's my goal.
I feel
go back,
that.
drop maybe 25, 30 pounds off the old spare tire. Start getting up stupid early in the morning again. There's 2:30, 3 a.m. days, and get my work done before the work day starts. Get everything in, get it accomplished, and just start feeling good about myself again, because it's been probably a solid year and a half since that's happened. I've got busy with work.
That's a good goal though. That's a good goal, and there is something to be said for the frame too, because you and I are both large frame guys, right? Like, if I drop the weight down, I can't get below 200 pounds. Like if I get below 200 pounds, I mean, Sally Struthers is trying to hook me up with a bowl of rice. Like I'm starving to death at that point, for the price of a cup of coffee, you could feed tea as well. That's how that would roll. Anything under 200 pounds for me. So, some of these guys are just, there's no way. And SHTF Hunter, like I've seen, he does these tactical games and stuff. Have you heard of the tactical games, Brian?
I have heard of them. I don't know much about them though. Enlighten me.
Sickening, like brutal, sickening stuff. Like these dudes are like running 200 yards with 150 pounds of a bar over their head, and then shoot and then run and jump. I mean, it's brutal. It's like Spartan Tough Mudder with guns. Like that's what it is. And it's hardcore. I give it to SHTF Hunter, man. Like those things, I've got a couple buddies that are in tip top shape, and most of the time they don't make it through the first day. So it is a different world when
I'm looking
when
at the
you're talking
website
like
right
that.
now,
So,
thetacticalgames.com, and you got Chad on there. 3 of 7
Oh yeah.
project.
Yeah, Chad's
Yeah,
always on there. Like these dudes are just freaking beasts. Like, and they're not huge. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the big 260, 270 guy like me, like he's not doing so well in tactical games. Just what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. It's a
Um,
different environment.
so it's a different environment. And yeah, thanks, Andrew. It's I'm big boned. I'm just large boned. That's what it is. Large boned. Mr. King, thanks for dropping in, brother. I'll be talking to you here soon, and stay safe, man. And Christy's going to stick up for Opie, she said. He's out there training, living our creed. She put a laughy face on there. I don't know if she's being serious or not, Andrew. I don't know. Just the pinky. Gotta love all these people. Um, I got kind of the same thing for the New Year's, man. I want to drop another 20 pounds, 30 pounds, somewhere there. And I'm trying to refocus my work. Like I really want to expand Mountain Readiness and do that. I still have to have like a real job, sorta. I don't have a real job. Let me take that back. Like I'm doing construction, I'm kind of doing my thing, but at the same time, like I still feel like I'm slightly trapped in the rat race, the cubicle. And I want
Right
to
there with
really
you.
fight to get out of this. And I got to give it to you, bro, too. Like guys, Brian is like the hardest go getter when it comes to business. Like he's up here. He's been working to get some stuff taken care of with people. And anyone that deals with Brian can tell you, you shoot him a message and Brian answers the phone like at midnight. He'd be like, yeah, yeah, what pack do you need, man? I'm like, wow, customer service to the hilt. So I hope that gets over for you here soon, dude, because you've been busting it. You've been
God, I tell
busting
you
it
what,
nonstop.
I sure as hell hope so. It's been a long time coming, a lot of work, a lot of work.
Yes, and you are right, Christy. Our people. This is an awesome group. This is what it's about. I love it and I enjoy. Um, I love and enjoy this type of stuff, man, and just doing these classes and meeting. We'd seen Andrew quite a few times on the live and on Chris's live, and so actually getting to meet Andrew for the first time in person was awesome. A lot of these
Yeah.
guys that's kind of been following us and doing stuff what we do is being able to meet them in person. It's just awesome time. But what you got for closing thoughts, Brian?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go back to what we talked about at the very beginning of the podcast here, and Alan Kay. Now, Alan is going to be at Mountain Readiness here coming up in May, not too far away. A lot of great instructors, a lot of great people. If you guys want to train with the best, if you get the opportunity, you got to sign up for some of these classes. Come over and meet Alan. I mean, the guy's an absolute wealth of knowledge. I mean, he won the first season of Alone, for God's sake, 56 days by himself in British Columbia. The dude is he's epic. He's absolutely epic. So if you're a frequent flyer of MR, hey, great, come back. Make sure you come back. If you've never been to MR before, make sure you get your rear end there, because this is going to be a really, really good May. Really good year for MR.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys. And so, look, coming to our lives, of course, Chris, it looks like his internet and computer just took a complete crap. We'll get Chris back on here. It's the thought that counts. But we are going to have, let's see, Billy is going to be back on with us, Billy Bond, Permish Pastures Farm. Um, I believe Pat Miletich, UFC Hall of Famer, is going to be on here with us one night. Alan will probably be back on here with us before May. We've got a bunch of instructors that are going to be there teaching. That's going to be on talking with us. TJ Morris, Bear Independent. I talked to TJ. He's supposed to be coming on for a night. So we're going to have some awesome people jumping on here, hanging out with us. Make sure to tune back in. And May is going to be off the hook. And we're not done. I got more to add. It's just going to be, I'm going to let the cat, Anthony Bonnet is going to be with us. Holly and Anthony are coming down, and Anthony is going to be singing. We're going to have some Anthony music on Saturday night. So it's going to be awesome. We finally get to meet Anthony and Holly. And of course, Holly has done all kinds of stuff with Chris and the Angry American. And of course, Anthony, country music. He's been writing some awesome songs, some good music. So he's going to be there. It's going to be a phenomenal time. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for tuning in. And God bless, guys. And gonna move with purpose. We're going to wrap it up for the night. Brian, appreciate you, brother. Russ, roll us on out.
Grab me.